Good morning and welcome to KidJam, week 26. We are so glad that you have joined us for KidJam. Currently, we're working through our curriculum, Best Year Ever, which is giving us tips on how to make this school year Best Year Ever! Last week, we learned our first tip to make this year the
best year ever!
Do you remember what it was? That's right! Put God first. You were challenged to start each day with God. How are you doing with that? How many days were you able to read your Bible and pray this week? Do you think you can beat your record next week? If you are making a point to add God to your morning routine, I'm sure you are well on your way to having the
best year ever!
Today we're going to discover what tip number 2 is. So let's get started.
Lunchtime. But I have to stay in my seat. No fair! I'm best friends with Carly and the twins. I don't need new friends.
Yum, lunchtime. But who am I going to talk to? My friend Tyler's sitting way over there. Sure, I could make new friends, but why? Tyler and I have everything in common. We've got each other's backs and we always will.
Why would I talk to him? He probably likes monster trucks and puzzles.
Tyler's the big monster truck fan. Can't say that I enjoy that stuff myself. I'd rather watch a space movie or read some good comic books, you know.
None of the other girls like comics, but that's okay. I mean, we don't need everything in common. So what if they don't know guys like Wolverine?
Love Wolverine.
And Black Panther.
Black Panther is cool.
And Green Arrow.
Green Arrow's my favorite.
I don't mind Disney princess movies. I also like girl heroes who can take care of themselves, like Wonder Woman or Princess Leia.
Oh, Star Wars. Can't beat that. Can you? Pretty cool. Tyler doesn't think so. He thinks old TV shows are better.
He's crazy.
Who's crazy?
Tyler.
Hey, that's my friend you're talking about.
He's crazy if he likes old TV shows better than movies.
Yeah, he kind of is. So you like Star Wars?
And you like comic books?
How did you?
I was listening to your monogram.
You were?
Yeah. You weren't listening to mine?
Maybe a little.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Zach.
So, Black Panther, huh?
He's awesome.
I thought his movie was great.
Me too. Jessica, this may be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah, but just friends.
Obviously, we're only 10.
Have you figured out what our tip is this week? Well, let's see. Maybe this will give you another idea. Here, I have a nice bowl of ice cream. Now this ice cream is great and all, but I wonder if I could make it even better. Maybe Elia has some suggestions.
What about some blueberries?
Some blueberries? You think that'll make our ice cream better?
Mm-hmm.
All right, can you put a couple on?
Okay.
All right, what do you think? What else does our ice cream need?
Some nuts.
Pardon?
Some nuts.
Oh, would you like to put a few on?
Yes.
Thank you. What else do you think our sundae needs?
Some syrup.
Some syrup? Okay. Over here. All right. Would you like to put some syrup on there for us?
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Is there anything else that our ice cream sundae needs?
Some sprinkles.
Some sprinkles? Oh, great. Would you like to put that on there?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Wow. Look at our ice cream now. Would you like to try it, Elia?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There you go.
Mmm.
How is it?
Good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What a delicious ice cream sundae. Thanks, Elia.
You're welcome.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. You know, this ice cream sundae is kind of like us and friends. We start off on our own. Maybe we have a couple friends, like this ice cream has chocolate and peanut butter in it. And on its own, it's good. But when you add other friends, this ice cream turns into a delicious ice cream sundae. There are kids at each of your schools, even in your neighborhoods, who are a little different, who maybe have special needs, who are a little too outspoken, who spend a lot of time alone, who need friends the same as you do. So when you find yourself sitting at a desk surrounded by kids who aren't typically kids you would be friends with, but who don't have many friends, why not start talking to them and be their friend? Or maybe you know someone in your neighborhood who is doing online school too and who might be feeling lonely this year. I bet you can be kind to them, you can say something nice to them, and you can make them feel special. They don't have to be exactly like you for you to choose to make a new friend. Look at all these sundae toppings. It's their differences that make this sundae amazing. Fruit, sprinkles, nuts, sauce. If they were all sprinkles or all sauces, it might be way too sweet. But the nuts add some saltiness and the blueberries add a little tartness. Besides, you might be surprised at how your new friend can help make your year
Best year ever!
Are you starting to pick up on what our second tip is to make this year
The best year ever.
Just in case you aren't quite there yet, let's check out our Bible story today. Our story today is about a man who had no friends. He was despised, made fun of, ignored by everyone. Then one day, one special person made a point to be his friend, and it changed his whole life. Do you have your Bible with you? Make sure you have your Bible and turn to Luke 19. Now, Luke is the third book in the New Testament. So past half, and then goes Matthew, Mark, Luke. So once you find Luke, then you're going to look for the big 19. I found it. Did you? Okay, right beside the verse 19, the big 19, is where we're going to read. So let's start there. Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man named Zacchaeus lived there. He was a chief tax collector and was very rich. Zacchaeus wanted to see who Jesus was, but he was a short man. He could not see Jesus because of the crowd. So he ran ahead and he climbed a sycamore fig tree. He wanted to see Jesus, who was coming that way. Jesus reached the spot where Zacchaeus was. He looked up and he said, "Zacchaeus, come down at once. I must stay at your house today." So Zacchaeus came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this. They began to whisper among themselves. They said, "Jesus has gone to be a guest of a sinner." But Zacchaeus stood up. He said, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of what I own to those who are poor. And if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay it back. I will pay it back 4 times the amount I took." Jesus said to Zacchaeus, "Today salvation has come to your house. You are a member of Abraham's family line. The Son of Man came to look for the lost and save them." Whoa. Well, I'm sure most of you know the song about Zacchaeus being a wee little man.
Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. He climbed up in a sycamore tree for the Lord.
Now, song written about you that said you were a wee little boy or a wee little girl. I don't know about you, but that wouldn't feel so good. I think it's possible that Zacchaeus was teased about being short. We also read that Zacchaeus was a tax collector, and that is one of the most despised and hated jobs in Israel. Tax collectors cheated good people out of their money. They were rich, but they were dishonest. They had very few friends. The people in the crowd that day had to be shocked when Jesus spoke to Zacchaeus. Why would Jesus want to have dinner with him? Doesn't Jesus know who he is? Doesn't he know what a bad person he is? What Jesus knew was that Zacchaeus was like all of us. He wanted a friend. He wanted to be loved. When Jesus showed love to Zacchaeus, it changed his life. All of us can help change lives too when we take a chance and make friends with someone who needs a friend. Not all kids have a lot of friends. Some don't because of physical or mental disability. Some are alone because they're shy or they've never learned to reach out and make a new friend. Some are alone because they are new. Others are alone because they've been rejected. It takes a lot of courage sometimes to talk to someone no one else talks to. Your friends might think it's a little weird. They may make some silly comments, but being a friend to those who have no friends is exactly what Jesus wants you to do. This week, I challenge you to look around for someone who is different than you. Look for someone who needs a friend. Then ask God to give you an opening to talk to that kid. Maybe they'll push you away, but maybe they'll just be happy and relieved to have someone to talk to. Maybe you, like Jesus, will find a new friend in the person that no one else will talk to. And maybe that someone will help you make this year
The best year ever!
awesome. Well, that's almost it for this week. Let's say our theme verse again so that we can try and remember it. Matthew 6:33. But put God's kingdom first. Do what he wants you to do, and all those things will be given to you. Great. And so far, we know 2 tips for making this year the
best year ever!
1. Start your day with God, and 2. Be a friend to someone who needs a friend. Well, I think you are well on your way to having the best year ever. Have a great small group, and we'll see you next week for tip number 3 on how to have the best year ever.